From the picturesque Pacific Northwest and the city of Seattle, welcome inside Lumen Field, where all the 12s make it at home for the Seahawks. The crowd is alive, and with good reason. It's the NFL Playoffs, the best time of the year. And off we go on EA Sports. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And a big run right out of the blocks. He gets forward for 9 on the first play of the game. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
3 plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. Look wide. Get this one complete. And he will have the first down. He caught it short of the line to gain, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Back to throw. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. He'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
He'll look to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Kenneth Walker out of the backfield. And it'll bring up second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. That is brought in at the 10. And he is going to be out of bounds. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's 1st and goal. Here's Walker. He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal. Now here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go now.
That is caught to the goal line and in. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Seattle. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. They'll run, and for the first time, it's Jonathan Brooks. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Young. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Watch the pursuit by this defensive end. The quarterback tries to escape the pocket, but he just keeps on chasing him, and he closes that ground in a hurry and brings him down for a big sack.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's to the sideline and intercepted.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
On second down, Young. Fires left sideline. That is complete. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Young going to give it to Brooks. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Throwing on second down, Young. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Reek Woolen. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. Second down and 8.
Panther 11, 79 Broncos.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's downfield. He's got Sinnott, the tight end. His first catch of the wild card game. And good for a 1st down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So after 1, here on Super Wild Card Weekend, it's the Seahawks with the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches.
Let's go. Go.
Once again, it's Walker. And he's going to lose yardage on this play. They knock him back to the midfield stripe.
And just like that, you go from 2nd and inches, where you think it's pretty much a given that you're going to move the chains, to now finding yourself in 3rd and 2 or 3. Great job by that defense. This completely changes this possession.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
60 Bobcat.
Now they'll set up to throw. Inside the 10, it is caught. He is in. Ben Sinnott, touchdown Seahawks.
Really nice job there by the receiver, understanding what to do after you secure the catch and the ability to target him in the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. If you can hit them in stride and be accurate with the ball, there is a lot of green grass to pick up yards after the catch, and he's able to take this one all the way into the end zone for 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A run with Brooks to begin this drive. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Now a shot here, deep middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
From the gun, it's Young. Catch is made. That's Mingo. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
This exact situation here, Mike, tends to get a lot of conversation around the league. I think I'm going for it. I think here around midfield, you got to maintain possession, see if you can end this drive with some points. I think you got to stay aggressive, keep your offense on the field.
This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
I hope we all appreciate just how difficult it is to throw the ball that well while on the run. And the way they teach it, Mike, is kind of cool. They actually teach the quarterback to disconnect your upper body from your lower body. Just keep your feet moving, and however your arm times up, just let it rip. And he does it about as well as you can ask.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch from last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Walker. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe.
Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
On first down is Young. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up. Field and a chance to extend their lead.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last two throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next two drives, come out here, establish the run, goes to ground and pound. Let's settle things down offensively and regroup for the rest of this game.
Here's a 2nd and 9. He'll get this out to his running back. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he will work his way to the 11-yard line. Good running and a first down.
Come on now, that's just unfair. You're asking them to stop a fullback cold. All he needed was a couple inches to pick up the first down. Mike, I think if they run that play 10 different times, he's moving the chains.
A tight end in motion now. On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Now Walker. And that big offensive line. Clearing space. He's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Seahawks will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. A run out of the gun with Brooks. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Open man downfield is Legette. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Throwing now on 1st and 10. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Oh, he gets that downfield to Tremble, the tight end. That pickup good for 29 yards. Back to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And a critical tackle there. They're getting close to scoring. Instead, they get nothing. Time has run out. This first half has come to an end. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Who survives? Whose season continues on to next week? One half to decide it. Time for the third quarter of the NFC wildcard game. On 1st and 10, here's Brooks. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing now from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Let's go. Bronco 80.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw, taken in. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
2nd and 7.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 70, 60 Bobcat, 60 Come 19, come 19. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Take go.
He'll look to throw. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. And maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Hand the street, hand the street. Shut up, Cowboy 80. Ready, ready.
On 3rd down, they go with Walker. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains. He'll drop to throw. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
They get 14 yards and set up first and goal.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Ball sitting at the 7. First and goal.
19 tight.
And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
A 5-yard loss leads to second and goal at the 14-yard line.
From all the way back at the 14 now. Second down and goal.
18, Pioneer. Buffalo 18, Dragon 60. Go.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
18, Rattler.
Throwing here on third and goal. And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line.
You can tell what the decision is about how they want to approach fourth down by what they call on third down. If that was a run play, then you can bet they were going to go for it on fourth. But because it was a pass, and then they take a sack, I think this coach on fourth down is leaning towards settling for 3.
His kick is perfect. And the Seahawks extend the lead to 24-0.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
This one skips the landing zone, goes all the way over the back line, so the ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Here we go, set.
On the handoff, this is Brooks. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
We'll go once more with Brooks. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's first and 10.
Let's go now. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Take go.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's to the right side, and it's Sinnott. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready, ready.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That is brought in. And he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line.
When he continues to play at this level, Mike, it just makes this team so hard to beat. It's the combination of leading both long, sustained drives and then being able to strike in bunches. It puts so much pressure on these defenses, and with the way today's game has gone, doesn't look like he has any plans on slowing down.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. So 1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. This is the NFL Playoffs on EA Sports. They'll come up on a second down and 8.
79 Bronco. Let's go. Chap 60, chap 60. Hut, hut.
They'll look to throw yet again. He'll get rid of it and complete it. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bob. Stephanie. Come 19, come 19. Go.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And this ball incomplete on third down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense was certainly taken. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Set to go now on first and 10.
70 ready, 70 ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's into the hands of Jonathan Brooks. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7. Now they'll set up to throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Shaheed in motion. The run up the middle, it's Walker. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. On the ground, it's Walker. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Third down, 3 to go.
Mustang 19. Here we go, set. 19 Lion.
They'll throw out of the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away. Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here's a handoff to Brooks, and he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Another try with Brooks. So they come to the line for first down and 10. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Fires left sideline. That is complete. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 75 yards. Touchdown, Carolina. Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. His kick is good. Panthers are able to edge a bit closer.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive.
Let's go.
They'll run here with Walker. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he's going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. This is caught down that right sideline. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
The defense still has 3 timeouts. We'll see if they decide to use them here as the offense starts taking a knee. Down to a knee here, and that'll do it. They have advanced. They are moving on in the playoffs. So the 12th man, a factor here, as it's a win for the Seahawks. They are moving on in these playoffs. Won't have a long time to celebrate this one. They have to get right back to work for the divisional round.